Hello, my name is Barb Mundell. I'm a civil engineer with the City of St. Paul Public Works Department. Today, we're going to talk about the upcoming Curtice Street reconstruction project scheduled for the summer of 2022. The project scope entails complete reconstruction of Curtice between Woodbury Street and Andrew Street. We plan to start construction in late summer and have it completed by mid-November. Construction improvements include new curb and gutter, new pavement, sidewalk replacement on the north side of the street, ADA compliant ped ramps, utility upgrades, and addressing many of the drainage issues. The proposed design for Curtice Street is to narrow the street slightly in order to install curb and gutter on the north side. Existing Curtice is 28 feet wide. The width accommodates a drive lane in each direction. Parking on the north side of the street is not regulated, but still allowed. The existing sidewalk is only 4.5 feet wide, and there is no curb and gutter between the walk and the pavement. The right-of-way is 60 feet wide, but much of the south side is vegetated steep slope. The proposal is to widen the sidewalk to the city standard of 5 feet and to install curb and gutter to prevent street water from running onto the sidewalk. Curb and gutter helps keep the water in the gutter line and directs it to the sewer system. This would narrow the street by 1 foot to make it 27 feet wide instead of 28 feet wide. We will now talk a little bit or give some examples of street improvements. The old catch basin slabs will be replaced with inline gutter catch basin grates. Again, curb and gutter will not only direct the stormwater to the sewer system, but it will lessen the pavement deterioration around the catch basins. As stated, the pavement's in pretty poor condition, and we will install new pavement. The sidewalk on Curtice is heaved and back pitched in some places. Again, it's 4.5 feet wide. The new concrete walk will be 5 feet wide, and the slope will meet ADA requirements. And as you can see, the sidewalk will be directly adjacent to the new curb and gutter. We will be installing ADA compliant pedestrian ramps, either one in each direction, or a fan ramp, depending on available space. There's a lot of work that has to happen below ground before the surface elements can be constructed. Utilities such as water, sewer, gas, and communication lines are often included in these projects. Private utilities such as Excel and communication companies will upgrade their facilities prior to the public works contractor starting. If you have issues with any of the private utility companies that will be there before August, please contact those utilities directly if you have questions or concerns. St. Paul Public Works Sewer Utility will be adding some storm and sanitary sewer mains in Curtice. So right now there are no sanitary sewer mains in Curtice, and most of the properties sewer services are connected to a sewer main that's in the alley. There's a few properties that share a sewer service before connecting to a sewer main in Sydney Street. These properties will receive additional information from the sewer utility. St. Paul Regional Water Service will be replacing their water main in Curtice with this project. The water main is approximately 8 feet deep. The existing main is a 6-inch cast iron pipe. The new main will be 8-inch ductile iron pipe. The sewer main will be, or excuse me, the water main will be installed by the Public Works contractor. St. Paul Regional Water Service will provide temporary water, and they will also conduct the bacterial test, pressure test to make sure everything is safe before putting into service. St. Paul Regional Water will install the temporary main before taking the existing main out of commission. They're usually yellow pipes that will be laid on the back of the sidewalk. And these are also fully tested prior to hooking up to your home. Because they are on the surface, the water can become quite warm during the summer months. They suggest letting the water run a bit, and it will cool off. And there is no cost for water. Your water bill will be zero during these months when it's connected to the temporary water. Now, St. Paul Regional Water will need to connect the water service to the temporary main, and this will require access to your building. They feed it through the your hose. Your hose. They'll install a Y to connect both your water service and still allow you to use your outside garden hose. Prior to installing, they will post a flyer on your front door. Again, the crew will need to get into your building in order to connect, and then they will also need to access to your building when they disconnect. Water services are reconnected to the main once the new water main is fully tested. If you have a copper service, they'll reconnect with excavation at the water main. If you have a lead service, they will be replaced with a copper pipe. St. Paul Regional Water will pay for that cost. Any lead services in private property can also be replaced by St. Paul Regional Water Service at no cost to the property owners. And here is the contact information for the St. Paul Regional Water Service representative. So what's it like to live through a construction project? Well, it is noisy, dusty. If it rains, there'll be mud, and there's limited access and plenty of inconvenience. Your street will be dug up numerous times by different contractors. They will plan on about 3.5, 4 months of disruption. Residents and emergency vehicle access will be maintained at all times. So all of the construction is done by private construction companies. And this work is very weather dependent. If it rains a lot, it will delay the work. Contractors work typically 5 days a week from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. But the city will have an on-site representative to inspect the contractor's work. So there's 2 types of road closed signs typical with construction projects. One is the road closed to through traffic. What this means is that you can drive past this to get to your home. It just means it's not a through street. You can't get, say, from Woodbury to Andrew. If you see a road closed sign, do not enter. That means shortly beyond this sign will be a large hole. You will receive a letter prior to the start of Public Works construction, and a flyer will be handed out the week before construction starts on your block. We typically put these on the front door of people's homes. We'll have an on-site inspector. His name is Bill Voss, and he will be there daily. will be in contact with the contractor daily. So he would be your first call if you have questions and concerns. We will post weekly updates on the city's website. And just a very overview of living through construction projects. They start with removals. They'll do all the utility work, rough grading, put in the curb and gutter and the sidewalk, and then they will put on the asphalt, the first layer of asphalt, and then the final paving. So property owners have already received an assessment notification for this project. Street reconstruction projects are funded by assessments and city street reconstruction bonds. The estimated assessment rate is anticipated to be $91.96 per foot for paving and lighting. It has been determined that the existing street lighting is sufficient, so the proposed rate may be reduced to remove the lighting assessment. Property owners are assessed after the construction project is complete. And for more information about assessments, please visit the assessment website. And here are the contact numbers for myself, Barb Bundall, and the city inspector, Bill Voss, and the general lines for the other divisions involved with this project. Thank you so much for listening.